Hello. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Now the session will delivered by Sree Ganesh Garu. Before going to start the session, I want to introduce Sir working on the Palographical Database and Jimmer 101. He completed more projects like AREC project, TP1, Semantic TP. Sir talk on Python for digital humanities, machine learning, understanding JavaScript, digital tech for Indian language, etc. So today, Sir will discuss about the Python language. Now I request Ganesh Garu to hand over the session. Sir, it's my
Yeah.
privilege to welcome you, sir.
Hi. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah. Uh, Thank you very much for giving this opportunity to present uh, something about Python. Okay. Basically, my background is not quantum things. Actually, since last 12 years, I have been working on mostly on natural language processing and digital humanities. Digital humanities is actually a new field. So you can't really find any digital humanities department or university or course in India. So first time IIT Jodhpur is going to start a master's course in PhD course in digital humanities related. So basically, I'm from uh, in these technical fields. So, but here now at SRH University in Berlin, Germany, I have been teaching data science and data analytics. So mostly, yeah, before going to start, I would like to say this thing. So if you think, uh, people are thinking that data science and means only mathematics and machine learning, all these things. Okay. But in fact, data science involves natural language processing. NLP plays a crucial role in data science. So that's why we do masters SRH in Germany with the motivation of big data, data analytics, and natural language processing. So if you see any kind of sentiment analysis and business analytics, even the in medical domain, that the drug sequences, all these things, mostly we can generate solutions from in the point of natural language processing. So natural language NLP has plays a really crucial role. Okay, don't neglect NLP. Yeah. So I think yesterday I have given a long talk at Bangalore University of Technology in Bangalore to motivate them towards this digital technology with machine learning and data science with NLP. So today I am not discussing about all this NLP and all these concepts. So today presentation is a basic, I am saying basic Python concepts. Okay, what is Python? How the Python syntax is. So this is the basic course for Python, and after that, I think after 1.5 hours or something, actually, organizers prepare some kind of Python exercises. So you have to do those exercises as well. So in between, while you are doing any exercises, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I will be available until maybe 5 p.m. Indian time. So that is the structure of this today's presentation. I hope you people, some of you may have some idea about Python, but B, I hope I'm not creating any boring kind of thing. Okay, actually, initially we thought that we have to give you a presentation by tomorrow initially, but somehow there was some miscommunication. Otherwise, one of my PhD student, Lokas, he is working on image processing with quantum algorithms, all this stuff. So he's supposed to be present. He's supposed to be take a session on algorithm implementation, and unfortunately, he couldn't able to join today because today we both have full time scheduled classes. So I postponed my classes, but he can't able to postpone his classes. So that's why I'm dealing with basic Python syntax. And after that, if you completed those exercises, you can get some confidence of how to do further implementations in with Python. That's the structure. Okay, let's start the course. And in between, I will display some code, the code. So if anyone want to explain how this code is working, actually not, I mean, I need some kind of explanation how the code is working and what is the sequence of the execution. So if anyone want to share your knowledge, feel free to talk to me and you can share. And I think some of the people are from academic faculty. Our, even in this pandemic situation, our university is opening admissions. So we have admissions yearly twice. Okay, so 2 times for uh, admissions. So now we are offering online teaching mostly. So if anyone has interest to apply for master's courses, feel free to contact me. That is also possible to promote our university. Yeah. Yeah. So let me start. I'm going to stop my video and I'm going to start this. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir. It is visible, sir.
Okay, it is visible like only the slide or some other information as well. I mean, I have three screens to
No,
before
sir.
me.
It's showing that Ganesh is presenting. That's it, sir.
Oh, that's it. You can't see the
No,
Y
sir.
program, Y
It's not
program.
clear, sir. It's not clear, sir.
Okay. Now also you can't see. But we can see.
I- now it's clear, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now, I will. So you can see the screen now. I guess the car screen, right?
Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
Okay. So Y program, chapter 1. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So this is, I am going to start from the scratch, the Python syntax and everything. But I will skip in between some basic chapters, some math, some simple basic algorithms. I am going to skip and just I am going to make it a fast way to give some kind of overview on Python. So this is actually a basic introduction to the computer science course. Actually, why we need program, why it is, what is the program and what is the coding, and why we need all these things in our day-to-day life. So, what is actually? Can you? Anybody can define what is a program? Anyone? What is a program? Okay. You all know, right? A program is a sequence of some sequence of some code which can execute and it can do some kind of function. So generally, machine is doing this type of functions a little bit faster rather than the human brain. That's why it is going to be a flexible thing to do flexible to flexible thing to the user. So if you see the whole computer architecture, we can divide it that the whole thing is hardware and software. and there is a user. So user can give some kind of instructions to the computer. Computer can execute those instructions based on this data, information, and some other parameters. Okay. So as I explained earlier, what is the difference between the code and the software and a program? So how do you define? Okay, I can say that a code is a sequence of stored instructions. So it may be it may be in any different language, C or C++, doesn't matter. So it is a sequence of instructions where where user can give to this compiler can give to this computer, machine can the CPU can execute, and finally people can see some kind of output. So in a simple way, a program for humans, like for example, if you are doing some gymnastics or some kind of Zumba or some other dances. Okay, there are some kind of music contains some kind of rhythm. According to rhythm, the instructor shows how to act, and the students can do the same thing, and they can learn how this system works out. So the rules for this dance or something like that. So in the similar way, we have uh, programming as well. So we have some kind of uh, sequence of rules and sequence of regulations where machine can execute in a sequential order, and finally it generates some kind of output. Okay, so like that it works out. That's why I'm skipping this part. So let's see. I don't know how many people are really good in Python. So can anyone explain what is going on here? Is in the simple code. No one want to explain? Anyone? What is happening in this code? Okay, so I'm giving a, I am saying to a compiler, create a variable, and take any input to open a file. Enter a file name. It takes the file name as an input, and it opens that one. So after that, I create another variable which is going to handle, and I am opening. Actually, it is taking the file but not opening. So here I am opening the file, and after that, I created an empty dictionary. So each and every line in this file, so I'm splitting the words based on the space, and I am after that I'm counting the words. So here I am creating another variable, and I am saying that which is the biggest count. Okay, which is what is maximum, how many words, maximum numbers are there. So this is you can see that actually if you were your input is a file, and you are expecting how many words are there, what are the big words, okay, big count. Okay, so to do these things for a human being, it is maybe very difficult thing, but to a machine, it takes fractions of seconds. And one more thing is, why Python? Nowadays, did you guys observe one thing? Actually, in 2007, when I first visited Europe, I think 2007. By that time in India, most of the NLP people, they have been using Perl programming language. Everything is in Perl. So when I moved to Europe in 2007, everyone here, particularly in natural language processing, they adopted actually Python. But the first thing I asked him in my lab, actually, it is the lab of Professor John Nerbonne. I asked him why Python. Then he said that Python is invented in Netherlands. So they feel proud to promote Python by using Python. The similar way, you can see that SAP. Okay, I don't know how many people knows that Germany is offering a job searching visa. Actually, you don't need to wait for H1B or something like that. Just within 1 year, if you have enough experience in industry, you can get jobs easily in Germany because of the job searching visa. So last 4 years, SAP, do you know the SAP, right? SAP program. SAP is invented in Germany. So whole Germany, the SAP job marketing is really high. So they feel proud. SAP is invented in Germany, so we have to promote that one like that. But in an Indian context, we don't know that, right? We don't promote our stuff. We promote foreign stuffs. Yeah. So first of all, give respect to our things, then definitely we'll develop. So why Python? Python actually got a lot of push up in India because of data science. No doubt about that. Okay, if you did see before data science evaluate, Python developed all the necessary language processing tools like sentiment analysis and a lot of inbuilt libraries for machine learning. Even data scientist job is really going to be really flexible because of Python. Python has a number of uh, inbuilt libraries. Okay, so that's why many people are using Python in data science. Data scientist job is really pretty cool job rather than a Java software developer or C++ developer or something like that. So you don't have to really get a lot of stress. It is very flexible because of the Python. So if you see this is a simple hardware architecture. So user is going to give some kind of input and from the keyboard or something, and the central processing unit is taking the code from the user, and it is analyzing step by step. And there is two memories. One is main memory and secondary memory. If it requires to access the main memory, then it will send the code to the main memory and it process the thing and generate the output and displays in the screen. Sometimes it may store into the secondary memory. It may need to contact into a secondary memory as well. So, I'm not doing all these things. Central processing, what is this? And the input devices, output devices, main memory, and second memory. So this is how, if you give you a simple, if x is equal to, greater than or something, less than or 3 or print something. Remember one thing. Can anyone tell what is the difference between Python 3 and Python 2 and Python 3? What is the difference? So in Python 2, print is a statement. In Python 3, print is a function. In Python 2, we have a lot of data types like int, float, long, double, or blah blah blah. But mostly in Python 3 is just taking int and float. That's it. Okay, it is not considering other stuff as well. Okay, we can use it, but Python 3 it is not specifically considering those things. For example, here I'm giving you x is equal to greater than 3 and print something. So inside, actually, in the main memory, it is reading in a machine language like zeros and binary thing. Okay, actually why they tagged Python? Okay, why? Do you know what is the reason? Do you think that Python was tagged because of the snake or something like that? Not like that. So actually, when Guido van Rossum, he was a kid, uh, he likes a lot the UK-based BBC TV show Monkey Python. So that's why he developed this thing, and he coined the same Python name for this programming. So, but there is no relationship between the real Python and Python programming. Okay. Uh, okay. That's the interpreter. How you can talk to this Python. So once you install this Python, you can run. You can get all these things, and uh, I will show you some other stuff. I think I can skip this one. So in Python also there are some kind of certain reserved words. So you please don't use these reserved words as variables or something. These are the Python specifically for Python reserved words. Okay, so we have to remember all these words while you are writing a Python programming. So don't use that. Python itself has a specific function. If Python itself has these keywords has a specific function within the Python. So try to avoid to use these keywords as a variable names or class names or something like that. Yeah. So that variable, operator, constant, and function. I'm not going to show this. Yeah. Let me go through directly. I will explain this one in the next chapter in the conditions. So that is directly very useful if you go that. So there are some lot of chapters I'm going to show you. Yeah. So what is how the condition works out in Python? Okay, this is a basic structure of the condition. So you can it is actually a simple if condition. So if x, create a variable and assign the value to the variable, and if this condition, if 5 is greater than 10, print smaller, print otherwise, print if it is 5, x is less than 10, print smaller, if x is greater than 20, print bigger, or something like that. So you can see here actually, it is pretty straightforward coding, right? If can, like if you want to do the same program in Java, it takes a few more lines, right? It is very difficult. I don't say it is a difficult, but it is not a straightforward thing, kind of thing. So in Python, it is really a pretty straightforward. How it works out, takes this one, and if it is um, smaller than 10, then do this one, and greater than 10, then do this thing and make it conclude, finally bring this one. So these are the comparison operators Python has. So greater than, less than, and equal to, and greater than, or greater than or not equal. So mostly these comparison operators are Boolean expressions in Python. Okay, so this is a piece of code where we can do it, this comparison operations. Okay, so do you know this one-way decision? This is actually one-way decision basic thing. So it is if S, this one, no, this one, like that. So this is a simple one-way decision, but it is taking a variable and printing that variable, and after that, if that variable equal to 5, do these things, and if not, do after that, just came out of the condition. So be careful. This indentation is really matters in Python. So whenever you are using, you have to keep in our mind the indentation thing. So whether if the particular condition is part, like, okay, probably I will show you here particular thing here. Here you can see these print statements are part of this if condition, right? So this is the indent space. So we have to be very clear about this indent space. So for example, I mean, based on your tools, the indentation is quite different. Sometimes it may be one tab space, and sometimes it may contain 8 spaces as well. So 4 to 8 spaces. So you can change your settings according to your editor. So this you can see here, increase maintaining after decreasing into indentation to the block. So each and every block should contain this indentation. So this indentation is part of this if condition. This is increasing the thing, and actually this yellow one is maintaining. This brown one is giving some kind of output from this one. So I think I explained the same code in previously. So the code, each and every code has different kind of blocks. So you have to remember these blocks, how these things are executing. So this is a one block. This is if condition, one block, and this, if you can see here, actually, these two print statements are indented in this if condition. This print statement is not indented to this if condition. It is indented to, it belongs to the main program. So that's why this is not within the block. Okay, so a block contains a nested block as well. So here actually this is a for loop. So within the for loop we have some kind of if condition. So within the, like, this if condition is a nested block in the for. Okay, so then here we have some kind of print statement. It is indented, but this print statement, you can say how many indentations are there. This is one, this is 2, and final thing is this print statement. So this is part of the whole main code. This print statement is part of the for loop, and for loop, and this one is part of this if condition. So that's why integration plays a crucial role in here. Okay, so this is a nested decision. So similar, previously we have seen here one-way decision. So direct one thing, print, 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 print. Okay, but here it is actually a nested decision. Nested decision. So here there is a one block within the block, a nested block. So we have to do careful about the indentation. So this part is here, and this green part is executing from here. So this is actually a two-way decision. Previously, I have shown you the one-way decision, how it works out. Now this is a two-way decision where it is creating a comparison two ways and doing making some kind of output. I think these are the very basic concepts. So that's why I'm skipping a little bit faster. So can anyone explain what is happening here? What is happening in this two-way decision? How it is two-way decision? Anyone? Okay. So if it is actually greater than 2, then it is going to print thing. If not, else. That's why in two-way decision, each and every time we have to use else or else if. So this else and else if makes it as a two-way decision, two-dimensional decision. Okay, this is visualizing the whole thing into a blocks. So this is the whole code, this is the thing, and the green one is if condition, and the else part is, the brown part is else one. So this is actually a two-way decision, and finally making a conclusion in this thing. Yeah, we can do it in a multi-way. So in a multi-way decision thing is actually if it is x is equal something, greater than 2, print something, and if it is here, print and larger or something like that. What I'm skipping this one, multi-way decision. These conditions are, I don't think we need to spend a lot of time for these simple conditions. Yeah. Do you know this try and exception, right? In Python also, you have this try and exception in Java and other courses like that. You have in Python also giving to try and exception, because to if the program stuck up somewhere else, if it is overflow, so then we can use this try and exception kind of thing. But let me see here. So if I run this program, okay. So what exactly I'm doing here? I am creating a variable. I am storing hello Bob into this variable. So again, I have created a variable, and I am converting this. Actually, this is a string. Okay, I am converting this string into int. Is it possible to convert a string into integer? No, it is not possible. So generally, again, as I said, after that, print first and this thing. And again, I created another variable and stored a number 1, 2, 3. It is in this, which is actually it is a number, but it is in a string format, quotations. So here again, I'm converting this variable into integer. So let's see what will happen if I execute this thing. Immediately, first thing is the Python stops here because it can't convert the whole string into an integer. So to overcome such kind of things, okay, don't stop here. If you have occurred such kind of problems in the code, just continue to execution. For that, we have try and exception part. Okay, this is the thing which I don't need to explain here. That's the general computational architecture. And so here you can see here, this is a string. I wrote the code exactly for this. This is a string, and I'm storing into a variable, and here I am converting the string into integer. So for that, even though if it is an error, Python compiler can't understand this. So that's why I am using try it. Okay, if something is happening, when the second conversion succeeded, it just skip the first part. Okay, so that's why I am using try this block. Okay, try and accept. Okay, so it is storing -1 into this one. So how this diagram, how this try and accept works out. So this, it takes this one, process this one. If you find some kind of trying, okay, then it will, if it is, there is any error, then it will just stop. It won't stop the program executing. So it skip that part and execute this accept part and print the output. Okay. So this is the third thing. I mean, I am really fast in this basics. I don't want to be spend much time, so I will start this next thing a little bit slowly. So let's see. So what is a function? You know that. So if you have a certain sequence of code, a certain statements, like if you have some kind of statements, if you keep all these statements into a packet, and if you call this thing in anywhere you are writing some code. Okay, for example, here now you can see. I will start here. So generally, a function is a a function is a collection of statements, right? You know that. So I'm keeping all these statements into a box. I'm giving a name to the box, and whenever I need some thing from that one, I can call that function and I can use it. Generally, there are two ways of functions. One is built-in functions, and the built-in functions are actually, it is provided by Python itself. Okay, so the second thing is user-defined function. So user has some kind of specific tasks. So he is keeping all these things into a one box and giving it as a name, and then he can recall all these things into their functions. So, for example, built-in functions. So print. So how do you know whether it is a function or not? That is a function or a statement. So in Python, each and every function contains this parenthesis. Contains this parenthesis. If it contains this parenthesis, it is a function. Okay. So like in Python 2, print won't contain this parenthesis. So in Python 2, print is just like a statement. So in Python 3, print is a function actually. So that's why in Python 3, print contains this type of parenthesis. Okay. So you can, that's what I mentioned here. You can use a def keyword to, this is a reserved word I can say, to define a function. So once you define a function, and this function contains different kind of statements, and after that you can pass these arguments to that particular statement, then all these statements are going to be executed. Let's see how it works out. So here I have created a variable which is called as a big, where the name is big. Okay, max is a function. Max is Python inbuilt function. Python inbuilt function. So what exactly this thing is, max takes any kind of value and it gives the maximum value of uh, that particular input. So here I am passing hello world is to the max function. Max is not a user defined function. It is Python inbuilt function. Okay. So I am passing this one hello world to this and I'm printing this big. Big is storing the value of output from the max inbuilt function. So why it is W? Why it is W? Hello world. So you can see this green thing is assigned is the result print. According to ASCII value, it is giving W as the highest value of the world. So each and every alphabet has some kind of ASCII value, right? So according to that, it is max. Max is the W. So if you in the similar way, you can do this minimum as well. So this is how the max function works out. Not only max, any kind of functions, whether it is a user-defined function or inbuilt function, doesn't matter. So it takes each and every input, the max, and you have to parse this code to this max. So that's why I mentioned these are the inbuilt functions who wrote the code. So the Python developer who developed the Python, he wrote this code, and it will execute like this. Yeah, max, and for X input, blah, 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 something like that. So Python has one very flexible thing is type conversion. Type conversion means if you want to convert in one type of data into another type, it is very difficult. Not difficult, it needs a lot of code in other programming languages, but in Python, it is pretty straightforward. You can mention here actually the what type of conversion you want to do. So you can see here I am saying that print float 99 divided by 100. So here 100 is an integer actually. Here 99 is actually an integer. But what I'm saying that before processing this thing, before executing this arithmetical operation, I'm converting 99 as a float. So by adding the float, okay. So that's why it is showing 0. Output is 0.99. Okay. So if you don't convert, the output is in integer. So here I created a variable and says that this is actually implicit conversion. So I created a variable 42, and if I said that type I, it is saying that class int. Why class? What is class? So all this type conversion, all these type conversions are part Python will consider as a class. Okay, so these things are part of this Python class object. So that's why it is saying class here. So here it is an integer actually. Type int is integer, but I am converting this 42 into a float by saying that float. So if we said that what is the type of float type, then it says that float because I already converted into one. So if I want to print that one, if I print f, then it is saying that 42.0, which is a float value. So this is, you can see here the same thing I am doing. I am converting the integer into float, and I am doing some kind of arithmetical operation. So this is how it works out. Okay, here I am giving some numerical value 1, 2, 3 into a variable, and I am asking what type of data it is. So 1, 2, 3, it is in a string because we kept a quotations. So it is saying that it is a string. Okay, then I said that 1, 2, 3 plus 1, then I'm getting some kind of error because it is a string. You can't do some any arithmetical operations to arithmetical operation to this one. So what I can do that one, then I converted this string into integer. So I am converting actually by default here SVL1 is a string, but I am converting SVA1 into integer. So then I can do all this arithmetical operations. So one more thing, if you have to remember one thing in Python 3, whatever you are entering with from your keyboard, okay, whatever you are entering from your keyboard, by default the input is in string format. Even though if you taking a big file, okay, a text file from the keyboard, from the keyboard or from other resource, it is Python is taking the whole input as a string. Yeah. Remember this. So previously we have seen this flow conversions. All these conversions are inbuilt conversions. So we can write our own functions as well. So this is how we can write own functions by defining a def keyword, which means define, and some kind of function name. And this function contains two print statements. Okay, whenever you call this print lyrics, then it will print these two lines. So if I am calling this one here, okay, print hello, it is printing hello, first hello, and after that I am defining a function, print lyrics, and the print lyrics function contains some kind of statement functions like to do some kind of print state thing, and I'm saying here print yo. So I am not asking here to print something. So just I'm creating I am defining a function and I am storing some values into a statement. So here I am printing yo, so it is printing, and x is equal to x plus 2, x is 5, I'm printing blah, 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 blah. Now, if I want to use, again, I am seeing the print lyrics, I'm writing a code, I am calling this print lyrics function here, okay? So it is printing this one, what so I don't need to again write that print lyrics or something. If I call this thing function, in the user defined function, the user defined function itself has printing statements. So obviously, if you call this function, it will print that one. You don't need to again say that print lyrics or something. So you know these arguments, yeah, parameters. I am not going to tell. Okay. This is return value. How we can return some kind of values. Return. It is also you may have some idea about this. Yeah. Argument, parameters, and results. How it works out in your function. Okay. This is basically how you define your user define functions and how it works out. So let's go to next iterations. Iterations, loops, and iteration. Nothing but to do the same thing until if it gets some kind of the satisfaction. The loop get some kind of satisfaction results. So you can see here how it works out in Python. If I am creating a variable, storing the value, and while n is greater than or less than equal to 0, you can write it anything, or less than equal to 0 or something, print n is equal to n minus 1, print blah 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 something. So it is taking this one in the variable n is greater than or less than equal to 0 or something. So if it is s and print is and do some kind of reduce the value n value. Remember one thing here, okay? That okay, it is common in any programming language. So, but remember here one thing. My question is, if you are using this thing and is if n is greater than or less than or something to 0, my question is like it is reducing n value n minus 1, right? It is 5, 5 minus 1, 4. In Python, again, it is not going to here and it is not going to change n minus n value as 5 minus 1, 4, something like that. So it is reducing this one. Again, it is going to in the condition in the loop only. It is not changing. It is not touching the variable. It is not storing the variable value in the variable. N is until it executed n value is only 5. So that's why you can see here. It is checking the condition n is equal to n minus 1. Okay, n is 5 is equal to 5 minus 1, but it is checking the condition, but it is not making changing the n value into a 4 in backend in the Python compiler. So remember this thing. So this is actually going to be a, can you answer what is the wrong with this loop? it is going to be infinite loop. Why? What exactly this loop is doing? What is the difference between this loop? Why it is an infinite loop? Why it is loop? What is the difference between these two loops? Anyone? Okay. It is checking this one. It is the condition is overflowing, so that's why it is going to be uh, infinite loop. So see here the breakout of a loop. So if there is some kind of a loop is executing, how to break the loop in between the condition. So I'm saying here, while it is a true, line is equal to blah blah blah, and if line equal to done, break it. So don't repeat that thing again and again. So you can use that break one to execute from this loop. So it exits from the loop, and finally it prints the print one. This print is in the loop. So that's why it is skipping this part and directly it is printing this one. So break is something like that. Okay. So what exactly it is doing? Here previously you are using break statement here, right? So but here we are using a continuous statement. The continuous statement ends the current iteration and jump to the top of the loop and start the next iteration. So it will jumps to the top of the loop again and start from the next iteration. So while it is a true, line equal to input greater than something, and if line is 0 and equal to hash, continue. If line equal to done, I mean, if it is done, then it breaks it one on print line and print done. So if I'm saying this continue, that's what exactly it is going to starting from the starting place, starting of the loop, top of the loop. How generally it is like this. If it is saying continue, then it goes to top of the loop, not from this direction. It is going to from this direction. Okay. I think I don't need to say this definite loop or indefinite loop. We know this one. Definite loops, simple definition loops. So which is okay. I think we know this one, the for condition and if conditions. Let's play a simple game. I'm playing randomly a sequence of numbers and guess which is the largest number. What is the largest number, anyone? Anyone can tell? I'm playing a once again. 74? Sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So first it will see the first value. So initially in the previous thing, I created a variable and said that -1 is the so far largest number. So then the second thing is a 3. So far the largest number is a 3. So that's 41. Then after that 12. So I am not changing the loop, the variable value. So that's 9. It is not going to change. So next 74. So immediately it is going to change. And next 15, not. So this is how our brain is functioning, right? Our human cognition is functioning, and it is gathering data like that. So in a similar way, we have providing the same human cognition, human thinking in this loops and condition to understand, to do some to guess this largest number. So exactly, I did the same thing here. So I created a variable largest so far, and I'm saying that before this is the largest so far number, and I'm using a for loop number in this one. And if the number is largest so far is -1, it is greater than that, then largest number is this one. Replace that one, and if not, yeah, just ignore. Don't replace this largest so far. Finally, I am printing this largest so far number. Okay, this is the before value. This is the green one is the largest so far. So this is actually taking these values from the list. So this each and every time it is taking the values and doing comparing with this largest one. So finally, I'm printing after largest so far. So final largest so far is 74. Okay. We can do the same thing, the same program for condition, and we can make it really. We can reduce the size of the continuing the loop. We can reduce the code to do the same count. Okay, so before it is 0 and printing before value. Okay, before value is this one, and for things in this one, Druk is Druk +1. Each and every time I am saying this one, and let's finally printing 6 after 6. So how can you do this summing up each and every time? If you are giving a loop for condition, this is a list. List contains some value. I'm storing each and every value into this one, and plus things. Okay, and summing up each and every value into out as output. So it is like nothing but summing a loop. So we can see this finding the average in a loop. So if there is a loop, what is the average value in the loop? So that's for loop, take the values in a list, count is count +1, sum is equal sum plus values, and yeah, we can do it. Today evening, actually, I would like to ask one question. Actually, this is actually for our basic Python programming course. Okay, the slides are from that course. I mean, we have a first semester course on Python for introduction to programming. That these are the such kind of slides. My question: if anyone I really appreciate to take any kind of this task and make it in a different way. Okay, we can get the same output by doing it in different way, in flexible, like with a few lines as well. So if anyone did the code, I am very happy to see that one. So we can do as well as not a summing up and doing some arithmetic operations. We can do some filtering from a loop as well. So with this if condition and all these things, yeah. So here I'm making a filtering. If value is greater than 220. Yeah. So is it possible to do some kind of search within the loops? So you can do some kind of search with the loops. I created a variable and print the before value. Before is false. Okay. After that, I'm running this list of values into this for loop, and if value is equal to 3, found true, print found false, print after found. So after finally it is saying the true. So somewhere it found the value true. Yeah, it is signed true. Yeah. How to find the smallest value from the list? If you run a string, how to find this, which is can you see this? Actually, the beauty of Python is actually you can see you're reading a small textbook. Yeah, you feel it is not really a mathematical kind of thing. Mostly you are reading a textbook kind of thing, right? A small notes or something. So that's why mostly That is the beauty of a scripting language, Python. Yeah, how to find a smallest value from the list. This is how we can do it to find the smallest value. Different ways I am doing this thing. Okay, the same code but in different ways. So, and you can do all these things, but in the other way is Python has a nice inbuilt function which is called as is or is not. So if you create a list, whether that particular one is the smallest, if the smallest is none, okay, if that particular value is there or not, okay, we can check it with this type of a really while you're doing. I mean, this small code you may not you may not get surprised. But while you are filling this real scenario in data science, in machine learning, if you're running huge terabyte of data, okay, whether this sequence is available or not, so such that you don't need to write, just you can use this is or is not simple thing. Okay. So this is the summary of this loops or conditions. I'm going to show you next chapter. I'm sorry, actually, I am really fast because I have to show you that this is. I mean, most of the people knows about Python. So my task, my this presentation intention is refining your knowledge once again with the Python. So let's start with the string. String is like one kind of a data type, right? You know that what is string, but remember that Python is really giving flexibility to do different kind of natural language processing stuff with strings. Okay, you really enjoy the Python with the strings, like for example, regular expressions. Okay, I will show you if you want some kind of regular expressions as well. So while you're doing regular expressions, you really like you really enjoying everything with the strings. Yeah. So here I have created a two strings, hello and there, and created a vendor variable, and I am using concatenating these two strings. So the plus operation in numerical values is addition, but here it is concatenate two strings. So here I'm doing, this is a string and this is a string and this is a string, but I'm storing in this variable. I'm using arithmetical operations plus 1 1. That's why I got some kind of error. So it is saying this can't concatenate string and int object. So how can I do this? So then I have to convert in this string into integer. Then if I do some kind of arithmetical operation, then I can feel that 124 is the output. Yeah, that's what I did it here. So I am converting this string into integer. So then 123 is a integer value. Then I can do all the arithmetical operations. So you can here you can read even a string which can take from your input from your keyboard or something, and even you can convert that into any format. So here create a variable and enter some kind of value. So apple minus 1, 10 minus 1. I am getting an error because it is not compatible type data type because here that is, as I told you right earlier, whatever you give from your keyboard, by default, Python will take as a string. So here, user enter only 100, but by default, Python takes into as a string. So that's why here I got this error. So that's why I'm converting this integer into in string into integer, and I can do this automatical operation. The interesting thing is in Python, the slicing part. Okay, if you are doing searching, you can develop very powerful search search operations. You can develop powerful search algorithms with Python. So Python is, as I told to you, Python is invented in Europe. If you are visiting Europe, this is how our building structure is. So we have generally in India or somewhere else, zero is ground as totally ground for or something like that, right? So it starts from first floor, one and something. So in here, the first floor is 0. So that's why Python implementing the slicing part is also like a European elevator kind of thing. So -1 is underground, where you can keep all your uh, stuff. So 0 is exactly the first floor, and 1 is in fact it is a second floor. If you compare with India, yeah. So the slicing is also like that. So this is the 0, the starting position, and doing the thing. If I said that fruit banana, okay, this is the variable banana and letters in fruit 1. So 1 means don't say B, it is A actually. Start with 0. Yeah. You can do it the x equal to 3, w equal fruit x minus 1. What is the 3 here? What is the 3? 3 is 0, 1, 2, 3. A minus 1 means n. So that's why it is printing n here. If you created a string and you are trying to print a particular letter, the position 5. So here it contains only 0, 1, 2. Okay, but you are asking print 5. It is saying that string index out of range. Okay. You wrote a big what is a letter to your wife or your kids or something. So you want to see how many words are there. Okay. Generally, while you are submitting a conference thing. Okay, conference paper or something. They used to ask 150 words, not maximum 150 words. Okay, so how can they check that one? So if you are writing messages, actually in VoIP phone, mostly we are using VoIP phone internet-based messages. So each and every message should contain only 150 characters. Okay. Then how? If it is 151, then immediately it sends some kind of alter message. Okay, exceeded. Okay. So to do such kind of things, we can use this length function, which can say how many characters are there in the particular string or in the particular input. So length is a inbuilt function. Okay. So this is how it works out. Yeah. Length. I'm explaining here how this length function works out inside Python compiler. So we can do looping through string as well. Okay. So here my variable is fruit. Fruit contains banana. I'm doing indexing. Starting with 0. 0 means B, and length is fruit. Length of the fruit is how much? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So 5. Length, if it is greater than length of the fruit, I am taking each and every word and assigning these things. So it is taking length. Starting index is 0. The index is less than length of the fruit, which is 6. So 0 is less than 6. So I'm adding this letter to this one. So 0 and B, 1 first against the while condition, 1 and U. So did you observe one thing? Here I'm using while condition, okay, while loop. Here I'm doing the same thing with for loop. Simple. Very simple, right? To write fruit is banana, for letter in fruit, print letter. It is iterating and printing, printing each and everything. So while doing looping, you can do also counting. So like for example, banana count is equal to 0 for letter in word, each and every letter. If letter equal to A, count is a count plus 1, printing count. Okay. So I'm skipping a little bit this thing. Already we have some more string operations. So this is a string. So print string 0 to 4. What is 0 to 4? 4 is 0 is starting M. 4 is Y. But Y it is printing only up to T. So if you give the end position, end number in Python, in slicing, it is the end number minus 1. So if you said that, it will start from 0, okay, m, 1, 2, 3, and fourth position. So it won't take the value, okay, up to only third value it will take and print out. So 6 to 7, it start with 6, okay. What the sixth position? Okay, 6, P, take it. And 7, seventh, it stop it only here. Actually, it won't go to Y. So that's why it is printing only P. 6 colon 20. It is start from the position 6, P, okay, up the end, 11 only, 20 is not there. So, but even though it will print only until this one in Python 3. In Python 2, you will get some error here. Okay, so if I press, if the input is only colon, what will happen? I said print as only colon. Anyone? I didn't give any numbers, just only colon. What will happen? What is the output? If you give colon, then it will print whole string. Whole string. S. What is the value stored in the S? It will print the whole string. So you can do the same thing in reverse order as well. So we can do this thing. This is a 0, 1, 2, 3. We can do the same thing in reverse order. In the reverse, again, it won't start like minus 0, something like that. The reverse is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, something like that. You can't see 0, minus 0, something like here. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. You can see it, colon 2. Colon is whole string, starting position, and 2. 2 means this one. So it won't print this n value. So it is taking first 2. 8 to colon. What is the 8th position? T. Colon means up to end. So Python. Just if I give only colon, it print whole this string. Okay. Yeah, string concatenation, I have said anything. So we are most frequently we are using is not, and at the same time in. These are really nice, very powerful keywords. Keywords in the sense they are doing a lot of amazing stuff if you are searching in the big data. So this in is also a nice operator. Yeah. So you can do comparison. Okay. If we can do the string comparisons. So if word equal to banana, print all right bananas. If word is big, how can it works out? How can you? Let's see. Okay, we can do that. We can convert into lower and upper as well. So yeah, Python has a nice thing like here you have given a string into a variable, okay, but you want to know what kind of works, what kind of study you can do from the input. Okay, if you, for example, I have given a string as an input and I stored that value into a string, into a variable. Okay, so if I type stuff, it is saying that class string. So stuff belongs to class variable. Class, there is a string data is stored in here, but I don't know how can you what are the, I mean, what kind of functions I can implement on particular variable. So if I want to know that, you can run dir on the variable name. Then it says that okay, you can run all these functions on this particular variable. So it is some kind of Python help. So you can read what is the syntax of that particular. You can get it by running this command dir on the data in the variable name. So each and every function, wow, what is the input, what kind of parameters you can pass. So all these things are available in the Python thing. So capitalization, central ends with find, L strip and R strip replace, upper convert into everything into upper characters. So these are a few inbuilt functions. Okay, so you can search in a string as well, like find NA. So, and I created a variable banana, and I'm saying that within the fruit, okay, where did you find NA sequence? So it is going to search NA. Oh, it is AN. So NA start with here, the second position. So if I set that print PYS, then it is saying second position there is an NA. Okay, but after that also in NA, so it is not considering this one. It is saying finding the first position when it occurred. Okay. Okay, uppercase replacing. You can replace this part into this part. Bob is going to be replaced as a Anne. So this thing, this is the find and replace thing. You know this one, and L strip and R strip and strip. L strip is if the for this is very in text processing. L strip and R strips are really useful. So why because while you are entering some input data, it creates each and every time a new line character, right? So to overcome this new line characters, we in the program we use L strip and R strip. Strip indicates that to remove the front position or last, if there are any spaces before the string or after the string, it removes that empty spaces. So you can so prefixes. Whether this particular string is going to start with this particular letter or not, whether this particular word or not, whether this particular suffix or not. So you can search all these things with Python. Okay. Now, till now, you have seen how a string operations. So you got your email, okay? You got email from Stefan, blah blah blah, some university and some domain and some date and time and year. If you want to extract only this part, the domain part, how can I extract those operations, those functions which you have seen now? With these operations, we can extract this thing. So I'm creating this data. I stored this string, whole string into this data variable. Okay, I'm finding whether find the position for exactly where at the date is there. Okay, so it is saying that data within the data find at this symbol. It is saying that it founds at 21st position. So 0 1 2 3 4 blah 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 21st position. So and what I'm saying is in data find colon ATPOS. What is ATPOS contains 21. So from here, after that, find exactly where space it 21 to after the space 31. So it is saying that suppose position variable contains 31. So this space plus 1 colon suppose, then you can see exactly this part. Can you explain exactly what is this? ATPOS plus 1. ATPOS is nothing but 21. 21 exactly at the date. Okay, this position is 21. If I set that 20 ATPOS plus blah blah, then it is saying that at the including at symbol. So to overcome this, I'm saying that ATPOS plus 1 plus 21 plus 1 u from here to 31. 31 is the space. So 31 before this one. So if you give only 31, then you have to use L strip or R strip thing. So because you are getting some space thing. Okay. Yeah. So in Python 3, this is actually Python 2. Okay. In Python 2 is somewhat difficult to process this UTF things. But in Python 3, all by default, all strings are considering in UTF-8. So UTF Unicode strings, Python 3. Okay, that's why from Python 3, text processing in any language, even in your Telugu or any Tamil, Malayalam, any language, it is pretty easy to do some text processing. You don't need to convert into ASCII code or something like that. Like previously in 2007, or when I was working in India, we struggled a lot while processing this text. So if there is a Telugu text, we have to transliterate into English, and we used to do this processing. So it is really hard. But now in Python 3, we overcome all these problems. Yeah. Okay. Let's start with. We have a lot of things. Time is not time. So how to handle with files? Okay. So I'm going to skip this processing file handling. I'm just introducing how to read a file. So if there is a inbuilt function which is saying that open, it opens a file. Otherwise, after that, you can make whether you want to read mode or read and write mode, or write mode. We can mention something like that. For example, here I opened a file mbox.txt in read mode. So just only I can read it. Okay, this is the syntax for that. I can't do any modifications. I can't do any I can't write any data into that one because I opened only in the read mode. So open, read, write, and close. This is the structure. So print file, and then it is saying, you see here, I didn't mention anything whether it is a read mode or write mode. Just I opened the file, okay, and I am saying that Python, hey Python, print this thing. I stored this file into a variable. I'm going to print this one. Then it is not printing the text, okay, but it is printing some metadata about this text file. Okay, it is saying that this name of the file is this one. By default, even though if you don't mention whether read or write or something, by default Python takes it as a read mode only. Okay, so this is a UTF-8. If the some file is missing, it send an error, and yeah, so this is some kind of new line characters. Each and every word, like for example, if you are printing print stuff, there are two new line characters here. Okay, so that's what it's saying. File processing. Yeah, this is a simple like you can see, this is actually a simple email, right, from written path or something. So you can see if you want to count this length of the string, each line contains a new line character. So it is a machine will consider that is also part of this one. So that's why we have to be careful while reading the file. Okay, I am skipping this one because it is doing some kind of text processing with Python. I think in this context, we don't need to read it. Yeah. Previously, I used some kind of slicing, right, where it is finding in this position and something like that. So you can do it. A simple thing with in. We are extracting this at the date position just with the in a line. If in a line contains this at the date, then from that we can extract the same thing. So you can you can observe we are doing the same domain extraction in another way. So this is file handling. So this is a simple list. Yeah. So list is sequence of a collection of all similar kind of data types into a place. So here all these are string list, right? Strings I kept into a list. So this is the numerical values into a list. Okay, this is a nested list. So this is a list within a list. I kept another list. So this is called as a nested list. So I created a list with a string and a numerical a int and a float as well. So I'm using again the same loops within a list. If I want to see what are the values stored in a list? For I in the list, I'm printing each and every list. So as I have a list of the people names. So I want to wish them everyone happy new year. So I don't need to print each and every one name. So just I'm creating a for each and every entity in the list, this one happy new year and the entity name friend. So this is, you can do the same slicing operations within the list as well. So similar way, this list contains different kind of values. I can call each and every value with this one. One means not Joseph, it is Glenn. So like that. Okay, I can do the length function with the list length of x 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Range is also previously whatever I explained previously, I can do the same thing in the list and dictionaries as well. Yeah, so I created a numerical values list. Here is the list B, C, A plus B. Then I am concatenating these two lists into one list. But the A is similar as it is. So this is a list. I am making a new list by slicing this thing. Okay. So I am saying that I create a list. I am saying that T 1 colon 3. 1 colon 3 means 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Then it is one print this one up to 41 and 12. Colon 4. Colon 4 means from starting position to fourth position. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So 4 is except that minus 4, 3. So it is printing like this one. You can do the same slicing operations from in the list also. At the same time, there are some methods where you can implement on the list as well. So we created a list. We store some kind of value into this one. So you don't know what type of variable it is. So if you are asking type X, so it is saying that type list. It is a type. Did you observe that previously? I created some kind of variable. I stored some string. It is in class something. Now it is saying list is a type. Okay, what type of data it is? It is a list. So you can you don't know how what kind of operations you can implement on this list. So simply dirx, you can do all these operations on the list data. Okay, list append. Okay, I'm going to say true. Yeah, mostly use is a operator where I can see whether 9 is in sum, whether it's there or not. So it is always a Boolean value. Yeah, max, we can create max and minimum summaries. Yeah, print stuff 3 for, yeah, it is the similar way we can doing all these things. Yeah. Okay, so previously we extracted this domain in by different ways. So within the list also, within the list methods also, you can implement, we can extract the domain name. Okay, I am using here, this is a line, this is my line. Okay, so I am using here split function. What exactly split do? Split, see how easy it is here now. Just I am extracting this. I am not writing it. Previously I did some kind of coding, right? Search the position, find the space, doing that thing. So I am not using the same. I'm making it really simple way. I create a variable, line dot split. This is my line variable. I'm storing everything into the line. Okay, split. I'm splitting that one. Then what is the output? This is output, and this is second output. So this is the from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I will get 7 entities with this split function. So from the 7, I'm saying that email is created a email variable and words 1. So 1 is this part. I'm extracting this one. Okay. So here this is I am extracting this part. So then piece is email dot split this one. So then based on this parameter, I am splitting this whole string into two parts. This is the first part, this is the second part. So then piece 1 is exactly that domain. So like that also you can do it. So this is some basic information about the list. Okay. Can you see this dictionaries?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So this is actually dictionaries. So we have to store some value belongs to this one, some value as a natural dictionary. Like you have an English Telugu dictionary. Okay, this entity contains this type of value, something like that. This is the part dictionaries. Okay. Actually, I am skipping this part because I think you can use dictionaries, but not that much real values. Maybe, yeah, these actually nice exercises. I kept some kind of in dictionary. Yeah, maybe it is a little bit. Yeah, it is NLP part. So I'm skipping this part and let's start with triples. Actually, in Python, triples is another kind of actually sequence function. It is, I can say it is also some kind of a function, but it is contains of sequence. Okay, it almost look like a dictionary. Okay, so here I created a variable x, some value, print x2, 1, 2, Joseph, and y this one, print max y is 9, something like that. Okay. What is the difference between list and triples? In triples, data is immutable. In list, once you created a list, you can add value, any kind of value here, right? So I created a list, I can add some value to this one. So blah, blah, blah. So, but here in triples, you can't add any value. So we can't sort it out once tuple is created. Tuples will generally be created with this braces. Okay, list is this type of braces. This is this type of braces. Once you created a tuple, that is fixed thing. You can't sort it. You can't append. You can't reverse. So constantly you can do it, but you can do all these operations. Append, count. Yeah. But append means you are adding after that one, not in between. Yeah, this is a dictionary thing. Okay, true. I think this is also not necessary. Let's directly jump to so Python is really powerful module which is called as dictionaries. Okay, so if you are searching for something, okay, if you want to search for regular expression or something, okay, so you are giving here and regular and you are searching for this. So in the similar way, people are thinking that for the regular expressions we may have a lot of symbols or something like that, right? In fact, in Python has very I can say powerful as well as not many actually. If you learn about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, if you remember these 14 symbols, we can do almost all regular expressions with 14. That is the beauty of Python. Okay, you can see here, I am giving some kind of meaning, what exactly this regular is symbol indicating. Okay. So while you're expressions, we have to import RE. Okay, without import this regular expression module, you can't do any regular expressions operations. So you can do, remember one thing, normal Python search, normal Python find, normal find all is different if you import regular expression module. So the output from normal Python search and find is quite different from regular expression search and find. I will show you that part. So this is actually the difference how you can open and handle search. Okay, so this is the importing regular expression, but this is without importing regular expression. This start with in regular expression search is functioning like in the Python. I have shown you, right, start with, whether this is starting with this letter or not. So regular expression must equal to normal Python start with. Yeah. So I'm searching. I'm saying that whether that particular file is going to start, like if the stored some kind of email date from blah 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 and so on, so date or something. So I'm searching whether when I open the file mybox.short, whether see R strip I use. Otherwise, if I don't use R strip, generally it is there is going to be a white space in the left hand side. So it said that it is false. So to overcome that, particularly while you are doing some text parsing, most frequent people, you should remember you have to delete the spaces or right hand spaces or left hand spaces. So that's why I'm using R strip. So this is the thing, and I'm doing the same thing here with regular expression. What this symbol is indicating? Symbol in regular start, whether it is starting with blah blah line or something. Yeah, dot any character starting with many times and end of the string. Yeah. So in the same file, it could be output. It is thinking such starting with X. So its output start all the X thing, and after that match any, yeah, integers are there matching, and many can read and up, and that's extract if it's X X. What exactly here it is doing? So did you observe this thing? The output is going to be conjectured here. Yeah, I'm saying that backslash s. What exactly backslash s, capital S, indicates? Well, one or more times. What exactly backslash s? See here. What exactly backslash s, capital S? Match any non-white space characters. Match any non-white space characters after X. That is showing this one. 0 to 9, one or more digits, and X. So this is how this one thing coming out. Okay. Yeah. Is it boring, guys? Without just I am going to skip these things. Just remember within this 14 regular kind of operate. I will finally I will code and I will explain. Okay. So previous that, right? This is the font, blah blah blah. So how can I extract the domain name by using regular expressions? So previously I shown you that first splitting, taking the first string and after doing some again splitting it based on this at the date and taking this one. This is one example. So how can we do it with regular expression? So this is my input string. From that, I want to extract this domain. Okay. Now, I think I have shown you till now 4 or 5 methods. So now, how can I extract that part with regular expression? So this is my line variable. I'm using regular expression, find all. Okay. So you can see here, starting with these braces with the at. So that's what I'm looking through the string until you find an at sign. So it is exactly one kind of reverse search. Reverse search. From this position, find a, space from until it is extracting this information. So n number of times. Okay, then I'm extract this position, this regular expression. So let's see, I'm explaining what exactly each and every part is doing. Match non-blank character. Okay, first it match non-blank character up to here, this up at the date symbol. From here, what is the non-blank character? This one. So match many of them. Even though if it is many things, this doesn't matter. You can extract all these things. Will extract non-blank character. From here to here, what are the part of non-blank character? This part. So this is another way you can do it. Yeah, from here to here. Okay. So previously I have in here I have shown you the reverse thing. So from here I'm extracting this part. So this here I am showing from here I am searching. I am searching from here to here. So actually, did you observe, like, what is the difference between these two is for the Python compiler, it is pretty easy. It is directly at this text and find first non-spaces and it is extracting. It takes less load, okay? But this part, it is from each and every sequence and way to do so. At the date and yeah, the both are thing. I am using the same thing. This part, yeah. But the only difference is we are looking from the string starting from the from. Yeah, it is extracting exactly this part. Match many of them, no problem. Even though if there is another email, so even though if it is another, this part is like there are two email addresses. So even though it will extract that domain as well. Yeah. You every day used to get some spam mails, right? Is it possible to stop all these spam mails with regular expression? So this is a simple code where you can stop spam mails with regular expression. Yeah, if you run this code, all the regular spam mails are going to be deleted. Yeah. Okay, this is a brief introduction, but don't get confused. Within the 13 uh, uh, regular expressions, okay, the 13, if you remember how to use them, you can do really powerful algorithm. Even you can run powerful algorithms with this 13 regular expressions. That is also cool. So this is my basic introduction to Python. And yeah, actually, I thought of showing some tools. Maybe we develop amazing tools just with this Python regular expressions. But I may not have some time. I will explain simple thing. Okay, you are working for the data science. Okay, so you want to extract. You want to develop a data bank. Okay, you want to develop a data bank, a small data bank those people who died on mountains. Remember, you don't you don't have any data. You create a small database like in SQL or something, like table format. Till now, how many people died on mountains? So how can you develop? Do you depend on Kaggle and other sources? With 5-line Python regular expression, five no no one six 8 lines, I can develop my own data bank since the first death. Maybe it may be before Christ or something, until the latest death on the mountain. Do you know who died in 2009 October, October, August? Someone that was the last death on mountain death. Those people who climbed mountains, he was died. So all this data we can extract within 8 or 9 line codes with regular expression. That's you don't need to do it. Just you have a data bank which is called as WWW, World Wide Web Data Bank. So from that, with 8 line code, 8 line statements, we can extract all this information. So that's what Python is really powerful, really, really powerful. Okay, so here I'm going to stop. I don't want to 1.5 hour without break. The to program is really headache for our students. Each and if it is a 1 after 45 minutes, we have to give 15 minutes break. Okay. Uh, Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. But actually, our organizers prepare some kind of Python exercises. So I will be online for next 1 hour. So they will give this exercise to you. So try to finish those exercises. And if you have any questions, you can send a message and I will be available in online. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Are you there?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Yeah.
సార్ స్లైడ్ ప్రజెంట్ చేస్తున్నారా సార్?
అయిపోయిందండి అయిపోయింది.
ఓకే సార్.
సో మీరు ఎక్సర్సైజెస్ ఇచ్చేసండి వీళ్ళకి. సో guys, actually I don't bother whether you can copy the code from internet, but try to execute and understand this Python code. That's fine for me. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Sir, actually, I will add this exercise in the last session, sir.
Okay.
Uh, okay, sir. Dear participants, if you have any doubts, please raise the doubts. Ganesh, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, thank you so much for accepting our invitation, sir.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I am sorry. Actually, initially we planned my student like a algorithm basic thing, but unfortunately we planned it was on Thursday, so sorry for that. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir,
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
for giving this wonderful presentation, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Ha, sir. Dear participants,